It is a... Oh. I just immediately started reading without even being like, hey guys, we're back with some more Fate Stay Night. In the last one, we had to be really mean to Saber. I didn't like it, but it was a necessary thing to do. So, also I can't tell if he's even picking up, like, the wind. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it is. So yeah, with that being said, let's just jump into it. Also, the recording style is still the same. So yeah, if you can see my border, it's actually... Wait. I can move it. It's just a Whittle Saber. Maybe, hang on. Maybe I could just go like... Wait, hang on. Wait, is it that? Why would I even be doing that? Expanding it isn't going to change anything. Let's just... No, I didn't mean to move the whole thing. Freak. No, I'm trying to... Oh, why am I... Oh, gosh darn, I'm being stupid. I'm supposed to be moving the window. I'm dumb. It's okay, guys. We all know this. So yeah, let's just jump into it. It is a quiet, windless night. The time is past midnight. There is nothing moving and every living thing is asleep. A settled darkness. The town is like a dark sea that only has moonlight to illuminate it. The clouds are moving. There's no wind at ground level. But way up in the sky, the air is roaring and letting the overlapping clouds flow. There is some wind. Maybe she can hear the wind. Looking up at the window in the sky, she mutters quietly. Then one standing quietly in the yard glaring at the sky is a girl called Saber. Her golden hair is beautiful even in the dark night, and her clear green eyes are watching the appearing and disappearing moon. She casts a glance at the corner of the yard. There is an old shed and her master sleeping inside it. It does not matter if you say you do not want to fight. A clang. The echo of still melts into the night without reaching anyone's ears. The moon disappears and appears. In the instant the clouds in the sky float past, the girl's appearance has completely changed. Heavy, hard, silver armor. Her figure covered in blue. Clothes is not something you can call a girl now. Impregnable defense made from the magical energy overpowering others. An invisible sword, hidden by magical energy beyond human levels. That figure said to be invincible in the battlefield proves her existence to this day. Even with the invisible sword, Her Majesty proves that she is an excellent swordsman. That is why she is Saber, the one said to have the greatest power of the Seven Servants, the hero of the sword. A knight among knights, true to the decorum and acting on its master's orders. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she is an ideal swordsman who will not disobey "Hey Master." I think that's supposed to be her, but you know what? Considering... Why is my voice recording so quiet right now? I don't know, but that's scaring me a little bit. I'll just talk slightly louder. Having a little typo in something this big, I think we can overlook it, If this was like something like officially produced, I would be a little bit like Lamau. Imagine having an entire text-based game with a typo. Lamau. But considering they did this all for free, and it's like 70 hours of content, I can let it slide. But that ends today. She is hereby disobeying her master's... Did we do the wrong thing? She is hereby disobeying her master's orders. No, she's not disobeying her master. She's considered how to make her master win, and the result of her decision is this. He is too easygoing. He will just be killed by another master like this. But her master this time will not be able to fix his personality. So it will be her role to devote herself to being heartless. If the master's not going to fight, his sword will have to. The wound has not healed yet. I cannot hope for a supply of magical energy from my master. But still, there will be no hindrance in battle. Confirming her own abilities, she turns her gaze to the moon. She has no more interest in the shed her master is sleeping in. And as she has taken arms, the only thing in her is the will to defeat her enemy. Why? Why is she doing this, though? The moon glooms. Just as a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the house. Saber runs through the dark... Wait, this said interlude. I thought when it did said interlude, I thought it was about to go into either like hers or Reen's backstories. I was assuming it was gonna be Saber, but it's not. It's current day, and we switch perspectives. Is the bad end going to be Saber dying? Is that what's about to happen? Like nothing bad happens to Shiro outside of the fact that Saber dies? I am so scared. She runs through the darkness. The Silver Knight runs through the sleeping town. There's only one destination, the sacred mountain on the outskirts of town. The Ryodo Temple is located on top of it. Even Saber understands how hard it will be to single-handedly kill a master at the temple. As Shiro says, it is obvious she will suffer a great injury. In the worst case, she will be the one killed. But what kind of servant would she be if she couldn't do something like this? The servant is supported by their supporters' abilities and pride that they have built up. They have pride as heroes, and confidence that they are the strongest who have fought through many battles. She is a heroic spirit passed down and honored from the ancient times, so defeat will not be acceptable no matter who the enemy is. And that's when Berserker shows up and just claps her cheeks again. No, even imagining defeat is unforgivable. Even though some childish parts remains, she is no exception. Because she is crowned with the name Saber, she cannot ignore her pride. Her pride will not allow her to just observe when faced with an enemy. Therefore, she will not falter, no matter what kind of trap is waiting, and all she can do is challenged by herself. If they say there's no chance of victory, she will create one with her sword. The sword in her hand is a fine sword that has defeated many foes. As she has the invisible air, there is nothing for her to fear. You know, I think I love that Nasu was asked about the invisible air, and he was like, yeah, no, I just kind of made that up. But the thing that I think is funny about that is Saber's shown with so many wind abilities. Yeah, this is going to be a loose connection. But in Sonic and the Black Knight, he's labeled, I think, Knight of the Wind, and he even has, like, the song Knight of the Wind, you know? I think that's where, like, the name comes from, obviously. And so, at the end of that game, he was crowned King Arthur because he gets Excalibur. And so, to me, I saw Sonic being named Knight of the Wind, and I was like, oh, okay, so in some Arthurian legend, he has ability over the air, and, like, invisible air is just some, like, weird offshoot of that. I know it doesn't really make any sense, but, like, whatever. But then, as far as I can tell, King Arthur didn't have, like, any wind-based abilities in his legends. So I don't know, because she has the invisible air, but she's also been shown to, like, be able to, like, do, like, big old blasts of wind, or at least in Fate Zero she was. I don't remember her doing it too much in Stay Night, but her moveset has it in Grand Order. Granted, that could just be based off Fate Zero, but whatever. But even then, even if it's only in Fate Zero, it's very funny that both Fate and Sonic were both like, yeah, wind. That should be associated with King Arthur. But getting back to this, she runs through the mountain pass and up the road to the temple. What awaits her after the mountain pass are great stone stairs. This is different from the Ryodo Temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is dead. The ley lines of the land is already contaminated. The place is a land of death. Once entered, one will not be able to exit alive. But there's no hesitation. Saber's speed does not drop one bit as she runs up the steps. She runs through the scene. The sound of her kicking the stone steps echoes in the air, and the mountain starts to squirm noisily. They are long stairs. The temple gate is far away, even for Saber, who is running like an arrow. To run such a long distance without being detected is impossible. There will certainly be a surprise attack. The gate should not be easily reached, but no matter what scheme awaits, the only thing to do is defeat it and advance. Oh no, nothing can stop her now. Even if Berserker appears, she will break through it. That is the product of her determination and confidence. Saber feels so complete that she can break through any obstacle. And on top of that, when she's about to reach the temple gates, that obstacle appears. Let's go. I love this guy. He does so little in the story, but he's so great at doing the little that he does. Saber stops, or at least, you know, in context of Heaven's Feel and Unlimited Blade Works, he doesn't do a whole lot. Even she, determined to beat any enemy, is surprised by this enemy. In natural motion, the gallant figure of the man that appears is far too lacking in enmity, and unbelievably free of any openings. Hugh. Stopping, Saber readies her invisible sword. The man with the moon at his back wards off Saber's killing intent as if it were just a light breeze. A samurai? She must be surprised by an opponent she has heard of but never seen before. Her second Holy Grail war. Even for she who has seen many heroic spirits, this is the first for a servant like this. Sweat forms on Saber's brow, not because of fear, but because it is incomprehensible. It's not as if there haven't been any strange servants like him before. There should be no servant more mysterious and suspicious than Archer from last time. In comparison to that, the servant in front of her has no fearful aspects, nor a fearful weapon. That is why it is strange. Nothing can be felt from the man. There's no that he is a servant, but there is no sense of any magical energy, nor a hero's noble phantasm. So beating him should be easy. It's true that this man would be over. It is true that this match would be over in one blow. But her instincts tell her this: do not underestimate him. The servant has a way to seize a certain kill. She cannot approach. It could be said that at the range of the man's weapon, the Japanese katana, is hard to judge, but above it, Saber's location is at a disadvantage. Above and below the stairs, there's about 5 meters between them. She would certainly receive that sword before she could run up and rush him. But nothing can be felt from that sword. It should be easy to repel it, so she should not hesitate and rush in. But Saber instinctively understands she cannot close in without care. She adjusts her stance slightly and glares at the enemy in front of her. His identity is unknown, but she should at least determine the class of the samurai. I ask of you, which servant are you? Saber asks, not expecting an answer. With a smile. Servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro. The servant says so as if singing. I didn't do that at all. What? It is only natural for Saber to be surprised. Servants should hide their identities. Where in the world would you find a servant that comes out with it himself? What are you... It is rude to ask like that. It is only natural to name oneself before a match, is it not? All the more so if the opponent is as fair as you are. I would not expect for you to make a face like that. Assassin, the man who calls himself Sasaki Kojiro, continues, as if enjoying Saber's confusion. Saber surely does not know that this servant is a swordsman who wields a katana called Monohozishao, and was often rumored to have no match in this large world. No, what would change even if she knew? His birth is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. His story was only told through the word of mouth. There should only be one who knows the existence of the swordsman. That being the worthy rival of that area, skilled swordsman. The one being his only enemy who defeated the man called Sasaki Kojiro. One cannot call this person a hero. The servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is in existence quite unlike Saber. What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who is not usually treated at... What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who's usually not treated as a hero? But, there are only two truths in front of her right now. That is, this man in front of her is her enemy, and he has not given his name. And he has given his name. You have me. It is etiquette of a knight for me to introduce myself, if I am given your name. Saber's voice in reply is heavy. For her, it is too risky to state her true name. She cannot reveal her true name no matter what torture she receives, and she has no intentions of revealing it. But that is only for the sake of victory. She cannot disgrace the faith of a knight for such a thing. You called yourself Kojiro. Servant assassin, I am... Stop. I see that you are the kind to introduce yourself in return if given my name. No, it was I who was rude. Clank. Assassin descends the stairs elegantly and confronts Saber. I do not intend to know my enemy like that. For us, these swords shall be enough to know our enemies. Am I wrong, Servant Saber? It should not be that surprising. I do not know what it is you are holding, but that pressure on your body is that of a swordsman. That dazzlingly beautiful aura of swordsmanship. Who else could you be but Saber? Another step. Assassin descends the stairs and directs the point of his sword at Saber. I do not care about your true name. It will only be the fact that Servant Saber suffered defeat by my sword. There's nothing to discuss. From the beginning, servants are such beings, are they not? The swordsman smiles happily. I see. Certainly that is true. Answering, she readies her sword close to her. That is good. Then let us duel, Saber. I must see your sword skills, said to be the best among all servants. The silver light jumps. Hardness and softness. The fight between two very different swordsmen begins under the moonlight. Interlude out. What? What? No! That wasn't a conclusion. Oh. Should I be a PP and end the episode there? Just because I don't have a whole lot of time to record right now. So I'm trying to like get a couple decently sized episodes, and last episode did go a little bit longer than I wanted. Just because I'm sure that whatever's about to happen is going to take a while. So I should probably end the episode there. So yeah. Maybe whenever there's like interludes, I'll just go as long as the interlude is, unless like I will say like if it's under 10 minutes, I'll keep going. But if we get to the point where it's like 35 minutes and it doesn't look like it's about to end, then it'll just end there. That sort of thing. That's a good way to balance it out, I think. So yeah, with that being said, I have no idea what's about to happen and I'm so scared. Like, I'm actually like, oh gosh, what's happening right now? So yeah, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.